Alright, hello everyone, it's Jefford again from Rubik's Academy. Alright, so today we're going to talk about something that's very simple. I think it will be too simple for those of you who are already doing a business. We're going to talk about the concept of gross profit versus net profits. Now again, this video series is for foundation learners. It's not for those people who are already versed in the capital markets, in the stock markets. So if the video is too simple for you, please feel free to skip to the next one. Alright, this video will be for those who need it. Basically, I think that would be the right way to phrase things, for those who need it. Alright, now when we talk about profit margins, we're interested in two things, right? Gross profit margin, right? Right, and when we talk about gross profit margins, the distance between gross and net will basically be things like your cost of goods sold, right? Basically be things like your raw material costs, labor, operations expenses. Okay, and of course within this equation there is also marketing, right? Marketing is also inside, right? Now that's the gap between gross and net earnings, right? To get from gross to net, you need to minus away a lot of these elements before you get to net earnings. Now fortunately, it is for a fact that most companies, because of the advancement of technology, okay, are actually cutting down on this part, labor, right? Because of technologies such as AI, auto accounting software, you know, it is becoming less and less manpower needed to drive the company. All right, so because of that, the overheads of companies, especially for startups or for SMEs, small medium enterprises, are getting slimmer and slimmer. So honestly, it is not a bad time to be an entrepreneur, because you have so many tools out there that are helping you to cut down on labor cost. All right, and of course things like your office rental and things like your cost of goods are sold, those, of course, for raw materials, the cost will always go up, all right, because prices are always inflating because of a constant rate of inflation. But things like your office rental cost, all that can actually come down, especially during this period where we are experiencing a pandemic, all right, or in US they call it a twindemic because it's also flu season, right? So honestly, it is not a bad time to be an entrepreneur, all right? Especially we have so many external tools and external technologies that's helping you to cut down your cost. Okay, so that's the difference between gross margins and net margins. All right, now this concept, especially this one right here, will become increasingly important as we delve deeper. Right now, net takes into account your market share. That means how much of the market is the company capturing, and it takes into account your company's operating efficiency, because this, all these things are determined by your operational efficiencies, right? If a one-man job can be done by a person, but yet you get two people to do it, then obviously you're going to incur higher labor cost, right? If you can get a cheaper office, you don't want to, you want to get a more expensive office, obviously you're going to incur higher rental cost. So net income, okay, is important in determining whether the company is operating efficiently even with the market share. But gross income or gross margin is important in telling you exactly how much of the market share is the company getting. Okay, now it's also important to know that because some companies might be facing what I call a temporary slump in operational efficiency. Maybe the COO is not around. Maybe he's on sick leave. Maybe they have this machine that has broken down. Maybe they have a network issue, like a IT network issue. That's why their operational capabilities are undergoing a slump at the moment. Alright? But they still have the market share. So in that case, gross becomes important, because you know that this is a temporary slump. And you know that even with this slump, the market share that the company has secured in the consumer market has not actually been reduced. So you know that maybe you should just focus more on the gross income and not on the net income during that period. Alright, because it's not for the long term. Alright, so that's why it's still important to understand gross profit margins and net profit margins. Because there are so many external factors to consider other than the statistics itself. Alright, so with that, I end this small little video. Alright, thank you very much for listening to this video series thus far. If you are interested to propagate knowledge, interested to have that burning desire to teach, please head over to my other video series, which is Be a Power Giver. In this day and age, especially with COVID-19, alright, especially with pandemic, it's become so commonplace to have an online session with your fan base. It's become so commonplace to bring something that is offline to the digital space. So it does not require much for you to become an online trainer or to interact online with your audiences. It does not require much. Okay, and in that video series, I teach you how. And most importantly, in that video series, Rubik's Academy will teach you how. Right? Rubik's will provide that platform for you whereby you can be a trainer online, go fully digital, and have that ability to propagate the knowledge that you want. Alright, thank you very much. My name is Jefford Lim from Rubik's Academy. Thank you.